live
Do you have
soon-ish.
the message?
I haven't made one yet, no. But hold on.
Okay.
/ emote only off. There we go. Because of the whole thing with hate raids and stuff like that.
Yeah,
All right.
that's unfortunate. That's a thing.
Yep. Okay, making that message now.
Alright, just a quick test to make sure that the stream's hearing everyone.
Up, there he is.
Oh, hello.
Yep, it's picking us up.
Cool. Just make sure if someone could listen and make sure all the voices are balanced, that would be great. Because I seem to have issues with balancing audio. Lack of sleep is making it hard for me to come up with titles for the announcement. Session 14. Alright, I think I got that. It's not the greatest announcement, but it'll do for now. So it's going to be our first stream, D&D stream as affiliate.
Nice.
By the way, Stream Mom is off fishing, so she will probably not be here today. Yeah, Lofi. tavern. Alright, that's done. Ooh, Skyman 1990. Thanks for the 2 gifted subs.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Nice.
Zedelia and Yak Does Things. Enjoy your subs. Also, while I'm at it, thank you Pictomonium and Cheshire Monkey for following. I'm sorry, what was that?
I subbed, right?
That's me.
Yeah, you subbed
One of
yesterday.
those is me.
I know, Vidalia was you.
I thought I did.
That makes 6.
I was saving my Prime sub for when you got affiliate.
Thank you. That makes 6 subs so far.
So I am a complete and utter nerd in all the senses, and I have taken 2 things that I absolutely love and put them together. I have taken my favorite comic book hero, Green Lantern, and I have made him into a D&D character.
Nice.
Thoroughly enjoy it so much. I have made him a Hexblade Warlock. Real simple. His pact is with the Owens, the Guardians, and whatnot. And he has the ring that he has to recharge on a short rest to get his powers back. But I went through and picked the spells that made the most sense, like things like Debbie Plane, so like they can like pull their lantern in and out of the Debbie Plane, and True Scene, Force Cage, Wall of Light, shit like that. This is like I went through and I made this. I absolutely love it. I want to play it so bad.
It sounds like
Whenever
it'd be super fun.
Whenever I do a short rest, I have to do the oath.
In brightest day and darkest night.
No evil shall escape my sight.
I heard that vroom.
Vroom.
Do the thing, please.
And then having the packed weapon, being able to make whatever weapon I want out of light constructs.
Okay. I have done all my notifications. I need to open up my character sheet. Somehow I forgot to do that.
Playing Power Washer. That's how.
I mean, maybe?
I'm just messing with you.
Alright. Mark those as red. And I think I'm done with all the shilling and stuff. Be sure to do your shilling on your sides. I've had a rough week of, I didn't get a second bottle of water. Oops. lack of sleep, so I'm going to be an interesting player today. Probably. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab that second bottle of water.
When you look at all of Kavere, you gotta wonder just how far our adventure's gonna take us.
We die in Sharn. It's foretold again. We're never leaving the city.
It's one of those things where I have plans, but like they're plans for only like very specific things that I gotta find a way to get you guys there. And since I can't really plan too much session to session, not with all you crazy nutcases, I think it's gonna be interesting.
Well, if Sheeran has anything to say about it, it's probably going to be
Tori's candle. Her
camera.
Well, it was
Cameras.
gonna happen. We all knew it.
Shouldn't have said anything. Wouldn't have happened.
It's all right.
It was
gonna
gonna
feel like
happen
I'm
anyway.
dying.
I'm gonna leave and come back.
All right.
Brian Foster is such a dorky dude.
That he is.
Do you see what he looks like right now when he's streaming? He's got like a rainbow background, pink hoodie, pink like poker visor, pink headphones, everything.
Makes his living being a troll.
I mean, this is also the same guy who basically allows people to insult him like crazy on stream.
This is
You-
true.
Make the kind of money he makes doing it, I'd let people insult me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's money in that.
I think my favorite one that was ever on a Cowboys game ranch was "You emaciated bitch." I don't know why it was so funny to me. It's probably because it was Marisha Ray saying it.
All right. Is everyone all good?
I think I'm pretty good, yeah.
All right.
Good as I'll get.
Let's get-
Damn.
Ooh, that's not what I wanted.
I need to clear this off so that I can roll. Okay, now I'm good. Let me DM zoom.
All right, so we come back to the city of Sharn, and you guys have all split up as you gotten back to Sharn. You guys went to investigate into something that Air wanted to find, something about another ferry. Getting into the lower cities, you ended up having a encounter with the Durademons, and got presented to their leader, who ended up being a Medusa that seemed to be running the organization, as it were. They seemed quite interested in all of you, specifically the two fairies, stating that after some negotiations, that if you guys wanted the ferry they currently had in their possession back, that you would need to take her place in the job that is going to happen soon. There is going to be a heist of sorts that is going to include they're trying to steal the wedding ring for the soon-to-be wed Itern middle daughter, Cariana, I think her name is, and her husband. And that is going to be in a week's time, I think I said. I just don't want to contradict myself.
I think it was 2 weeks. Yeah,
2
it
weeks.
happened in 2 weeks.
2 weeks time. And so and she said that they would contact you with more details, and you guys then found a place in Middle Memphis to hold up, and you didn't want to go back to Algas place, and then you guys all kind of split up from there. Air went to let the Dura demons know where you guys were staying, and then went off to find Dane, and then Sharn, you went off to go find Zamas, and I remember Violet, you went off to do what specifically?
I went to find the general store.
General store, yep. Okay. And then Lyslin?
Went off to find a weapon shop or blacksmith or something similar.
Gotcha. And then Kale, what were you going to do?
I was going to go with Shiorin.
Yeah.
And I
Kale
was
wanted.
going to go get the horse, yeah.
Yeah, we're basically Kale wanted to go talk to the horse, and he said he might as well come with me, with Shiorin. So we were basically going to do the stuff together.
Gotcha. And then Merrick, what are you doing?
I was just kind of setting everything up at the inn that we're staying at, getting the rooms scheduled, like food prepared for everybody and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we will start off with Air.
Let me.
You're specifically going to try to look for Dane, correct?
Yes, I am.
You know your way towards that area. It's pretty easy to get into back into Lower Memphis and find his hangout. That same bar you guys met in before, and then do you just go in, or?
Does it? Whenever I went to meet him, whenever we got Kale added, doesn't he have like a place, like a office or something?
Yeah, it was in the back of that. It was the back of that that kind of like tavern.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna open the door or anything. I just want to peek, see if he's there. Still have my wings dimmed, and I have my Thor Ragnarok.
Do you go into the tavern itself?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I want to just peek and see if he's in the front part.
Okay. Make a perception check.
All right. Very good. Oh, okay, 18.
You see that there are a few patrons inside. You do not see Dane at the moment, but you do recognize a few of the patrons, and including obviously the barkeep behind the bar.
Okay. Then I will go in to the tap.
You head in. Are you flying?
I'm flying, but like really close to the ground, so it can look like I'm walking.
Gotcha. Just roll me just a straight charisma check.
Okay. My charisma, I don't even know. It's not bad. Okay,
I mean,
it's pretty
you're
good. Oh,
Bard.
it's
should have it. Okay.
it's a dirty 20.
Okay. You pass it between a few people, just seeming like you should be there, which you necessarily shouldn't be here, but you act more confident, and no one seems to really kind of pass you by. They seem to just kind of notice you as just maybe another halfling or something, and then just passes you by. And are you wanting to skirt past the barkeep without them noticing you?
How well do I know the barkeep?
You've known him for a little while. This is a older dwarf. He's got mostly now gray beard, but there's still some strands of the red in his beard. Mostly bald. Bit of a round belly, but he's been here for many years, barkeeping.
All right, I'll go up to him. I'll be like, "Is Dane here?"
He's kind of like, "Who's asking? Air?"
No. Shh. Quiet.
He kind of like puts
I'm
down
dead.
what he's doing. And he's, yeah, that's what I thought
Yeah.
was the case.
I'm dead. You gotta be quiet. Keep it on the down low.
Okay. I have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I expected, but I gotta talk to Dane.
Can't imagine so. He's not in right now.
Do you know where he is?
He hasn't been in since last night.
What time is it?
It's like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Do I know where he'd usually be around that time? Does he have a house?
Not one you've been to.
Okay.
He's talked about having a residence up in the upper areas, but you've never actually been there. And as you've gotten to know Dane, he has a penchant to put on airs and make himself seem like he's richer than he is. He doesn't actually do bad for himself, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be like, can I just like wait for him in his office and then don't say anything about me being here?
he's like,
Keep it.
I'd say yes, but Dane and his personal stuff, and he does
Yeah, of course,
kind
but-
of pay me.
You could pretend that you didn't see me.
Again, he kind of pays me. I really don't want to lose that kind of income because, this tavern stuff doesn't necessarily
get
pay for
it.
itself.
What if I pay you? I won't touch anything. I'll just chill up at the ceiling.
He kind of gives you kind of an interested look. He's like, how much you willing to pay?
I don't know. How much do you want, bro? I don't have that much money.
He's like, you're kind of bad at this.
I don't. Just hello. What do you want? What would it take to get me in there without you
20
saying
gold.
anything?
20
Okay, I hand him 2 platinum, which is what I was gonna offer. I didn't know if that was too much or too little.
Is it-
I'll flip him to him the way I always do.
He's,
When it's a low amount, and then I'll be like, I'll just give him a thumbs up, and I'm just
Mom's the word.
all right. Then I'll go back and I'll just hang up by the ceiling.
And yeah, you go to the back room where you guys, where all like the cushions and all the chairs and all the fancy stuff is, and you just kind of up to the ceiling and you just kind of sit and wait.
Yeah, I'll just start flipping my daggers and entertaining myself.
Gotcha. From there, we will shift over to Sharn. We'll say for brevity's sake that Kale goes and gets the cart. Bring it to the tavern you guys are staying at.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Bring it
we
back
were
there.
taking him? I thought we were just going to talk to him. I didn't know about that.
Taking who?
Harold.
Lyslin
Oh.
had said to take him away from that location in case we, implicated our dear halfling friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
And drop him off at the stables at the tavern, and then from there you guys can head off. And did you want to go for Zamas first?
Yeah, I mean, unless Kaylin has something else to do.
No.
All right.
You head your way down to Lower Memphis and back into the streets. And on your way to there, you actually you run across an area that seems familiar, but something seems off. And kind of look around a bit, and you realize that over on the right, there's a large burned down building that is black. Just kind of like spikes are sticking out from like the burned out husks of the building itself. Seems to have been at some point in the recent past. Most people are avoiding it. There's a couple of buildings on either side that have some scorch marks, but they seem to have escaped most of the fire. And you quickly realize as you're looking around the area that this was the area with the church to Father Cedric.
All right.
Oh boy.
Sheeran's not, kind of looks a little bit sad about that. We really screwed that one up.
Yeah, we did.
From there, you guys move on, and you're in a... Kale, you're kind of not really recognizing a lot of the places that Sharon's pulling you through, but eventually... Actually, Sharon, give me just a history check, just to try to remember your way, since you've really only been there one time.
Okay. There it is. Oh boy, not great with history. 11?
11. It's decent enough. It takes you have to backtrack a couple of times as you're working through the confusing kind of shanty areas of Lower Memphis, but eventually you find your way to the same kind of off the beaten path, hooded tent-like building that he had made up. The flap is currently closed. You don't see anyone outside.
All right. Can you knock on the tent? Is that even possible?
I mean, there's some wooden structures that are kind of holding it up, but
yeah, I'll do so.
Right. Don't hear anything.
Don't hear. You said I don't hear anything. He doesn't seem to be home.
I mean, you haven't looked inside, but no, you don't hear any movement or anyone answer the knock.
Okay. He might be out. That's my thing. I'm gonna go ahead and like open it up and take a peek inside.
Okay. You pull the flap back and you see the same interior with a bunch of his kind of makeshift furniture, and then in the back you see that same shrine that you saw the first time you were here, and it has candles that are just very dimly lit, just kind of surrounding the shrine itself, giving this very soft orange glow to it. But it seems empty. But you see something kind of shining off to the side of the shrine itself. Can't quite tell what it is, as it's pretty dark in there.
Something shiny. Any chance I can perception what it is without going in?
Make a perception check.
That was cocked, but it was 90% on the 17. Do you want me to re-roll it, or?
It's fine.
Okay. So that would be a total of soft 20.
All right. It's hard to tell exactly what it is because it's partially covered up by this kind of like netting, but it looks to be the hilt of a blade.
Did he summon blades when I was when?
Didn't see him use any weapons.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna go ahead and take that. He doesn't seem to be here. Do you think we should just wait? Cal?
Maybe for a little bit.
Hmm.
Kind of see what else is going on.
All
Keep
right.
watch.
You waiting inside or outside?
I'm going to avoid, in order to avoid anyone getting suspicious. I'm going to go ahead and wait inside.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna take a look at that hilt too.
Okay. You head over to the other side and guys kind of move around. The place has the smell somehow. Even when you enter it, it's a very apparent smell of the ocean. Just kind of permeates the inside of this place that didn't resonate out of the door. Just only when you pass through the threshold. Just has that salty kind of scent to the air, and it's a bit of almost kind of like a kind of for you, Sharn, is it's kind of that smell from home.
It's my version of the fresh air.
Yeah. Kale, you head over to the pile, and it's kind of off into the corner, over to the right of the shrine, and it is a pile of gear. There's some like some netting, a chest here or there, some random tarps or whatever, but sticking out off to the side is a silver gemmed blade handle. That most of the blade is underneath the pile itself, with just a portion of the blade near the hilt that's showing. The blade itself has a bit of a blue tint to it.
I go ahead and I try to pull it out.
All right, kind of grasp it and pull it free, and it's a long blade. It's a probably a good almost 3 feet long. As you pull it out, double-edged, beautiful engravings on the blade itself, blue tinted all the way through. It's got this the center of the blade itself has a darker blue to it, with it fading to a light, almost white, light blue, almost to a white at the edges. Very finely made. The hilt itself is the hilt is shaped in these kind of like twisting motions out to these points on either side, and you can almost see like they look almost kind of like waves. And then the handle itself is covered in multiple different shades of blue sapphires, with a large ocean-shaped gem at the pommel. A beautiful, ornate sword.
Would I recognize this?
Make a history check.
Oh boy. That is another 11 for history.
You have no idea.
Okay.
Oh, that's a hell of a sword to leave sitting around.
It looks really expensive.
Yeah, but it's kind of under a pile of stuff.
I wonder if it's important to him.
Maybe I should just then I put the sword down neatly.
Yeah.
So as you're leaning down to put the sword back to where you found it, Sharn, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's not my strong suit. That's cocked. Okay,
Sorry.
so
Yep, sorry.
dexterity plus 0, so that would be a 13.
13, okay. So what you experience is, as you're watching this, you feel something tug at your waist with a lot of force and rip you off of the ground, and you see this large black tentacle wrapped around your waist, pulling you into the air, and you look to see where it's coming from, and it looks like it's literally just coming from the ground. There's no like break through the ground at all. You didn't hear anything bust through. It's literally just through the ground, this large black tentacle out of the ground, and you hear a voice at the door. Who are you? What are you doing in here? And you turn quickly to see that there is a masked individual you recognize as Zamas sitting there with the with one hand pointed at you with the tentacle holding you up in the air, and the other hand with this blue orb undulating in his hand that's pointing at Kale.
Zamas, it's me.
What? He drops it, and the tentacle that's around you literally just disintegrates into water, and you drop to the ground. And what is? I heard you were dead.
Did you not get my letter or my message?
I haven't gotten any message. No.
I thought the bird would have reached you a couple days ago.
Sorry, I didn't get anything.
Well, I'm alive.
I can tell. What exactly happened? I heard the Memphis Brawlers got a hold of you and your group, and I tried to... I'm no slouch, but there's only so much I can do. They are a organized, tough gang of assholes.
Yes, we found that out pretty quickly.
We made some mistakes in trying to deal with them. And
Are you okay?
I am now, I think.
And I think I remember Caleb is your name, correct?
Yep, that's me.
Where are the others?
They're around. We're all kind of running errands right now.
When did you get back to Sharn?
A couple days ago, my message said that I had one more task to take care of before I talked to you, but I guess that didn't get through.
That's strange. How did you send the message?
Animal messenger, a bird.
Kind of like turns around, pulls the sheet back, kind of looks on you, kind of like to side, and then lets it fall back. Turns back around. It worries me that if that bird didn't get to me, that means it was intercepted.
Well, there wasn't much sensitive info in it, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem, although why would they be intercepting birds?
That's just a guess. I'm not sure. I'd be careful with using that type of delivery system again.
Right. Have to find some other way to send messages then.
Have you made any enemies of late?
For the sake of brevity, I'm going to tell him about the adventure in the well.
Okay.
I'm purposefully leaving out the part where we actually did die.
Okay. So what do you tell him what happened with the Memphis Brawlers?
I had an idea of how I was going to say it. Basically, something happened and we did have to, and we had to leave the city for a while.
Okay.
Found ourselves, like, what was it, a week away from Sharn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 6 days. Roll a deception check for me.
Dice, you fucked me. That's a 5.
So, Kale, you're pretty key. You're listening to her tell this part of the story, or before she's telling all these details, and she's not the most well-spoken person you know, but it not passable, just fine. But when she gets to this part of the story, she starts kind of stumbling over details, pausing, whatnot, and you can definitely tell that she's thinking really hard on this.
So at the part where we died, right? Or she's
Correct. Yeah, she's trying to avoid telling Zamas that you can tell that she's for some reason avoiding this part of the story.
Okay. What she's saying is that we barely made it out alive, but we also had to. It was a very rough going.
I see. Well, is the danger past? Is that why you're back?
Really, it was just, there's some business that was not taken care of here. Not actually due to the brawlers. We're trying to avoid them, to be honest with you. Because
That's
definitely be careful down here in Memphis.
yeah,
Then.
none of us actually want to walk into that again. So
that's why I'm wearing this cloak.
That's why I didn't recognize you when I just saw two people coming into my house. Oh, and kindly ask for that back as you realize Kelly's still holding the sword.
Oh yeah. I hand him the sword.
You see him take it, and he kind of flips it backwards and goes to kind of in the act of sheathing it. But as he does, it just vanishes behind him, and you don't see it go into a sheath or anything. You just kind of.
Oh, that's a neat trick. Can you teach me that?
That's not a trick, but it's unimportant at the moment. So, obviously, the hunt came and went.
Yes, I'm really sorry about that.
No, that's nothing to apologize for me for. I'm here to help you, guide you here. We'll have to find something else for you to test yourself with.
So, there's a visible relief in those words. So I didn't just lose my chance.
Of course not. As long as you live and have the will to continue this test, this landstride will continue.
Well, I'm up for whatever, since I've gotten a little stronger since we left, but
It's good to know.
there's also a little bit of something that we have to do in 2 weeks, so I'm going to definitely be here for a while.
What's happening in 2 weeks?
Well, we're trying to save a fairy from getting, basically slavery, I think. And
That's horrible.
we've made a deal with a,
We are in the process of getting her back, and we have to be in certain places at certain times.
Kind of looks to either of you, and you're not telling me something I can tell.
well, personally, I didn't agree to this because I was just a mouse at the time, but we kind of have to pull a heist for them.
A heist? Heist for
Face
who?
palming.
Face palming.
A heist for who?
I completely forgot who.
Are you gonna tell him?
I don't think. I don't even think Kay remembers. He just kind of went with it at this point.
Oh,
So-
The
what
Dura
was
demons.
the parademons?
The Dura demons.
Durademons.
Parademons. It's in DC Comics. You guys are gonna go fight Darkseid.
Shioran is honest to a fault. That's honestly me being not sure what I should say and what I shouldn't.
No, you're good, man.
I'm actually dying over here.
The Dura demons?
What is wrong with you getting involved with the gangs of this city?
Okay, but like I said, I didn't. It wasn't something that I meant to do.
I'd hope not. But they have another ferry. This isn't the other ones that you were
No.
traveling with.
No, it's a third fairy. The third one I met. Or, I haven't met her yet, actually.
I did hear some people talking about an influx of fairies in the area recently. They've been saying they've just been seeing them more often. Different. I mean, the sightings are a little different. There's some that are like apparently have like, fire type of aspects to them, ice, light. It's very strange, but it's happened in the last couple of weeks.
Yes. Oh, I should probably mention that to Air and Violet. But this particular fairy, she's basically gotten herself in debt to them, and we're taking over what she was going to do.
The demons are very good at getting people to owe them. What is it that they're having you do?
Well, we've got to... What were you going to say?
I have no idea what I'm going to be doing for them yet.
It's true.
The rest of the group agreed to steal a... I'm going to lean in and whisper about this. A wedding ring?
A wedding ring? Why would they want a wedding ring?
I don't know. It's probably very expensive. Given
It's probably envy or something. I don't know.
Whose wedding ring?
Sharn just points up.
Kind of looks up quizzically.
I forgot what the rulers are called.
The Irritane family.
Yeah, the Irritane family. The Irritane family.
He kind of looks down.
This is going to be...
Well,
They have a plan, so I assume they...
I hope they have a plan, but that is extremely dangerous. Going up there is the epitome of folly. If you are trying to steal from those people, rule this entire city, built half of it.
Yeah.
If you or any of them are caught, there's a good chance you're probably never going to be seen again. Is this ferry worth it?
I don't know, but making sure someone doesn't fall into slavery is probably very important. That's my thoughts on the matter. And I think they can afford it.
He kind of leans forward. Says, sure, you realize that if you fail this land strat, you realize the consequences of this, right? And you're willing to risk that on the life of one fairy.
I think so.
Kind of stares at you a moment, and then kind of leans back. Good. I would be disappointed if you had any other answer.
It's my job as a druidic knight to help to protect people, right?
Exactly. Ceremony or tradition be damned if it means saving just even one life. At least that's the way I see it. I've been separated from our people for a while, so I have gained a different perspective on what is truly important.
Right.
So, you don't know how they're involving you yet in this plot to steal this ring?
Well, they don't even know I was there, as far as I can tell. Like I said, I was in the form of a mouse.
Good to know. Good to know. Unless they know the more advantages we have.
But Violet was told that she could probably act as a trained animal, and I might be able to do that too.
This Violet, who is she?
One of the fairies. She's another druid. It's fascinating to watch her work because she's got so many animals I've never seen. I don't know what that raised hand was for, but
Well, that's good to.
I can't understand you.
She's not actually there, so she's just pantomiming.
She's muted.
Well, the more allies you have, the better, and someone else that understands the workings of the land and is a good thing to have around. Whenever you figure out what it is they require of you, we can discuss it more, and I can try to assist in any way I can. We'll keep the nature of this part of your test away from, in small detail, from your father.
Yeah, I would.
That seems advisable.
I wasn't planning on telling him.
But this is a commendable task. Now, you realize the problem with this test itself is you were doing this to save a individual, but you can't actually steal this thing.
I can't steal it myself? Yeah, I figured I'd be helping.
Even assisting, that goes against the nature of this. This is the part of this test that is the most difficult, is you finding a way to get around this, to save the individual, but also not break the codes that you have sworn to.
Right.
That is the most difficult part about being a part of the order that we are. We have to hold up justice, but we also have to do what's right for those around us. Sometimes that flies in the face of that justice, so you have to make the tough calls, and I can't tell you what the right answer is.
I guess I'll have to figure something out.
I know you will. Hell, you made it back through all the things you've dealt with so far.
Mm-hmm.
Now this individual in the mirror, you didn't get a name?
We didn't get a name, no. Right?
No.
Okay. No. I tried to pose some questions, but whoever it was, they kinda just never answered.
I can put out some feelers and see what I can find out. It's a little bit of a vague description to go on, but I can do what I can.
Well,
I'll let you know if I find anything.
yeah, I don't have much myself, but I mean, a person who seems to change voices every so often is, if people know about that, that's going to be an instant giveaway.
I will be discreet.
Hmm.
Do you tell them about the dragon prophecy?
Yes, I would have mentioned that.
Okay. So I have heard of this. I don't understand what your attachment to it is, but most I'm really aware of is that it's apparently a thing that drives, that can predict the future, or at least ways the future can go. But I don't know much past that. I can look into this as well. Well, I'm glad you're back, Sharn, and I'm glad you're safe. Do you need some food? You look a little pale.
No, I'm good for now. That's just something that happened.
Well, if it's something private, you are under no obligations to tell me. I'm just here to help.
Alright. Well, I think that's all I really have to say. If this is my task for the landstride, I have to start planning for that, I guess.
Well, if you need my help at all, once you find out what it is that they need you to do, then please come and find me.
Okay.
I mean, you guys are welcome to stay. I can brew up some tea and some food.
I wouldn't mind staying for some tea and just chatting a little bit. But we do have a place to stay.
Oh, not much room around here. But, yes, and he kind of gets up and starts kind of bustling around. He just starts asking questions to Kale about who he is, where he came from, stuff like that. However forthcoming you want Kale to be, it's up to you.
Well, the good thing about Kale is that nothing is remarkable about him, so he's so he can actually be honest.
And from there, we will move on to, we'll start with Violet. You wanted to go to the general store.
Yes.
You decided
very
on...
quickly, that follower.
Yeah, I was just about to ban them.
All good now?
I'm typing it.
Danger.
Yeah, is that bot again?
Looks like I typed that correct. Alright.
We'll go to Violet. You want to go to the general store? Did you want to go to, like, high-end, middling, low-end? Where would you want to go?
Well, last session I wrote down that I was going to a general store in Middle Dura.
Gotcha. The Bazaar. Marketplace and shops.
Cool.
Yeah, so that is a decent-sized place in Middle Dura that takes up a large section of the that area itself, where going from one end to the other probably would take you a good half hour. There's a lot of there's buildings, there's pop-up tents, there's carts, there's all sorts of different varieties of stores selling all sorts of things, from clothes to food to spices to knickknacks to treasures to snake oil to all sorts of stuff.
Cool. I'm just gonna take my time, and I'm trying to look for like a couple of things. I want to find some acorns and flowers, but not normal acorns and flowers. I want to find gold gilded acorns and flowers.
Okay. You end up finding your way to the Old Apothecary, is literally what it is called. When you get inside, you're met with that familiar just waft of all of these different scents. And in the back is a very old woman with completely silver white hair, pulled back in a kind of a loose bun on the back of her head. Very stained clothing on, like it's a dress of some kind, but you can see there's different colored stains all over it. She has her hands up on the counter, and her head is down, and you can just very slightly hear this.
Cool. I'm not gonna wake her at first. I'm just gonna have a look around
Okay.
the shop.
And so you said you're looking for gilded acorns
And flowers.
and flowers.
Mm.
You find a number of different ingredients and whatnot. You see some flowers that are in full-on like bouquets and bunches, and then you see things that are kind of grinded up. The bottles that are kind of put up on shelves. The bottles themselves are behind kind of locked gates. That you can see through the glass, that you can see them. But there's piles of different kinds of incense, and there's one big rack that has a number of different kind of stones that are kind of placed around. And there's, from there, you don't find any gilded acorns or flowers, but you do find some like piles of different kinds of things like acorns and flowers and what. So.
Okay, I will. Okay, so I'm proficient in the herbalism kit. Would I know of any, like, any herbs and plants and things that would dye one's hair?
Easily enough, yeah. And you can see a number of them in the shop.
I want to get some that are like for dyeing your hair purple.
Okay. You're easily able to find a number of them. You're not sure how much they're priced, but a small bushel of them would be enough for you to grind up and turn into the dye that you would need.
And then I'm gonna go up to the counter and sort of place them on the counter.
Oop.
And like sit on the edge and just kind of like just be like, hello.
It's kind of you're just gonna bring your head up, and there's just this line of like drool that's just been kind of slowly collecting in a small puddle on the counter below her. Tell you what, who are you?
Well, I'm a customer, and this is a shop. I'd like to buy these herbs, please.
Oh shit! Did I end up in the shop again?
Where did you expect to be?
Well, when I went to sleep, I was in my bed. But that kind of looks past you outside. Is it daytime?
Is it daytime?
Yeah, it's like 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's like 3. It's like afternoon.
Shit. That's almost half a day.
Does this happen often?
I don't know. But it happens. Anyways, you said you're a customer. You came in for things. This stuff?
There's just these things. Yes, please.
Gotcha. Well, is this everything?
Yeah, unless you have like anything like super interesting. I mean, I didn't see anything super interesting, but
Interesting how?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the vendor.
Well, I have some interesting concoctions that I have made.
Like what?
Kind of like looks you up and down. Question. Are those wings real?
I'm not a cop!
Am I hallucinating?
They're real! I'll flutter them.
Okay, good. I'm not seeing the
Do you
fairy wings that
hallucinate often?
We're gonna say yes. Anyways, concoctions.
I love the
yes.
two sides of that. Just, I'm not a cop. Are those wings real?
And she stands up very slowly, just like grabs like a cane that was kind of leaning behind the desk, kind of sidles over to this wall, and she pulls out from inside the dress this long chain that has like a number of keys on it. It's kind of jangled as she pulls it out. And then you see that in the back wall is full of these like boxes, kind of like a kind of a bank vault almost of all these different boxes with all these keys, key rings in it. And she kind of pulls in and pulls one out, pulls it out, and it's a large little door that she pulls open. And there's a small tray that, as she pulls it out, kind of clinks back and forth as these bottles are held in place in these little racks. And she pulls it out, and it's about a good 6 of them. And she comes to the table and kind of places them down. She says, "These are the ones I currently have available. There are, you can see a couple of red ones that are pretty recognizable as healing potions. That's something you can actually even make with your proficiency." She says, "These are generic ones that will help you with injuries." And then pull up a list here. We have this one, and you see a potion that has a yellowish liquid in it, and a small eyeball is bobbing inside the yellowish liquid. It says, "This one is going to allow you to see and hear at great distances." It's a fascinating one to me. It's a little bit of a trouble to find the ingredients for, but I succeeded.
See and hear great distances. How long does it last?
It allows you to see at a distance once. So when you imbibe the concoction, you have to decide when to drink it when you actually need it.
When you say at a great distance, how far?
Give or take a mile. But
How much is that one?
You got to be able to see where you're looking. For that one, shit, I forgot to label these.
So it's not like a scry, it's like a binoculars.
That sounds accurate. We're gonna go with that.
Oh, okay.
I'll sell that one for you. How does... She kind of looks at you really hard. 300 gold.
Bit steep. What about the other ones?
Is that steep?
That's pretty steep.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, really, I could make all of this myself if I really wanted to.
You can do an Arcana check.
It's really just the convenience.
You can do an Arcana check if you want to try to recognize the potion. Or...
My Arcana's shit, but that
We'll
roll's
do-
not too bad.
Okay.
19.
19. You recognize the effect of this. It is a potion of clairvoyance. So when you drink it, you gain the effects of the clairvoyance spell for the duration of however long the spell would last, which is 10 minutes.
What does clairvoyance do?
You create an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to you, a place you have visited or seen before, or in an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you, such as behind a door, around a corner, or a grove of trees. The sensor remains in place for the duration it can't be attacked or otherwise interacted with. When you cast a spell, you choose seeing or hearing. You can use the chosen sense through the sensor as if you were in its space. As your action, you can switch between seeing and hearing. A creature that can see sensor, such as a creature benefiting from seeing visibility or true sight, sees a luminous, intangible orb about the size of your fist.
Okay. Does she have any other weird potions there? Or is it just that one and the health potions?
The health potion, that one, and she says this one is a very interesting one that I did not actually make myself. And she pulls up this one that has this grayish liquid, and it's fog. It's opaque, so you can't really see through through it. But you do see these two tiny little like motes of light, kind of swirling and moving around the liquid on the inside. This will give you a bit of luck. I know that may sound ambiguous and vague, but I can promise you it will work wonders.
How much do you want for that one?
This one is hard to price, as its ability is rare and the ingredients are even rarer. Is there anything that you possibly have to offer that maybe be outside material wealth?
I mean, I could give you a tarot reading. They're really good.
I have no doubt of your skill, little one, but I don't necessarily need my fortune's tell. I can probably tell you I won't remember it anyways.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I have a tea bag that might be able to cure your hallucination.
Kind of looks at you curiously. Go on.
Well, it's made of herbs actually that we could find in the Feywild, and you know, it's one of its properties is actually relieving hallucinations. It allows for a peaceful sleep too, so I really think it's what you're looking for.
Well, I don't necessarily want to get rid of my hallucinations. They are quite interesting.
I mean, do you really want to spend the rest of your life like wondering whether what you're seeing is real or not?
I mean, how do you know what you're looking at is real?
I mean, I could be pretty sure.
But can you be
I ate a lot of
100% certain?
100%, yeah. It's because I drink these tea bags, you see.
That is some certainty that many people do not have. Shut up, Jerry.
I'm pretty confident. Yeah, I'm pretty confident.
Yeah.
I could trade you like a couple of these, so then like, you know, you can have one and then you could sell them in your shop.
How about this? You look interesting enough. Give me some
They're pretty interesting.
collateral. You may take this, but I want you to get something for me.
What do you want me to get?
There is a very special flower that I can use to make a very, very special potion, but a long ways from here. As long as I have something
Like,
that's
where are we
important to
talking?
you that you can't part with. It is in the lands of Droam, over to the west. That place filled with volcanoes and monsters.
I mean, I'm kind of busy right now, to be honest with you.
Just kind of like,
I'm already kind of lucky.
well, then I guess you don't need it. And she puts her hands on his shoulders, just kind of slide it across the
No.
table towards her.
No, you're right. I don't think I do. Do you know what these are? And I pull out the other bottles that I have.
Okay.
The 3 that I found in the underground thingy-majig.
Okay. Yeah. That was. Did you remember the descriptions?
Yep. A yellow fluid streaked with black swirls, and it swirls on its own.
All right.
A multicolored concoction that slowly shifts. Can't read my own writing.
And is almost hypnotic in doing so.
Yes.
Yes, that.
And then
And a
large
large
bottle.
translucent potion with a possible
Transparent.
crescent stone.
Transparent. Yeah, with a crescent stone. Okay, yep. Gotcha. She says, well, this one, she kind of picks up the yellow one and kind of puts it down and says, recognize that before. That would be a potion of speed. And that one.
Ooh.
When you drink this potion, you gain the effects of the haste spell for 1 minute. No concentration required. The potion's yellow fluid is streaked with black and swirls on its own.
Cool.
This one. She picked up the multicolored one. I've read about these. I think this. Not exactly sure. I'd have to take a little bit extra time to be certain, but I think this is a potion of mind control. Now, the mind control potions are specific on the types of creatures they affect. So if you want to know the type of creature this is supposed to affect, I would have to take some time, and I would say that would cost a little bit.
I'll figure it out later. It's okay.
But essentially, when you drink the potion of mind control, you can cast a dominate spell on a specific creature of the specific type this potion is made for. But you have to cast that before the end of your next turn. If you don't, the potion is wasted.
Okay.
The potion produces the effect of a dominate person. If the target's initial spell save throw fails, the effect lasts for 1 hour with no concentration required on your part. The charmed creature has disadvantage on any new saving throws to break the effect during this time.
Cool.
And the one with the crescent stone, she goes, oh, that's interesting. Well, if you ever want to feel powerful, I'd say drink this one. This would be a potion of stone giant strength.
Cool.
That will bring your strength score to 23 for 1 hour.
That's a big strength score.
Imagine one of the fairies drinking that. Be like
Fucking
Turles.
rip.
Be like Turles eating a tree of might, shotgunning muscle growth.
Okay.
It'd probably be most effective in Kale's hands, I think.
Okay.
Unless something needs to be hauled or lifted.
Yeah.
Do you
Not
do
that
you
I'm a
know
pack animal.
anything like deities and like things that people would worship?
I don't really pay attention much to the divine myself. Except when they come and talk to me. But again, who knows what's real?
Not you. Oh.
I wish I had your confidence.
It comes from my Fey ancestry.
Wrong. Air is like 60% sure that this is all a dream.
Excuse me. So air is hallucinating as well?
Yeah, but that's for reasons. Okay. I tell you what, alright, okay, because 300 gold is a little bit steep. But I will totally give you 100 gold for the first potion.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on. Oh, that's not great.
And I'm gonna roll a lucidity check.
A loose. What is that, a wisdom? Constitution?
Persuasion is +4.
I mean, technically that's a sanity check.
Yeah.
Does that have a specific roll to it, or what?
It can, depending on the rules that are used.
As a
Insight?
15, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. 300 maybe was a bit steep. 100 seems a bit cheap. 170.
100 and a tea bag.
Let me examine the tea bag first.
I will give her, I will give her, one of the blooming teas. Of, like, one of the real obscure flowers.
Kind of, like, holds it up. Kind of, like, rubs her finger on the edge of it and then... I don't know if this tea bag is worth that much. It's definitely fascinating.
I think you'd be surprised.
I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
You were about to sell me the potion for 100 gold in a tea bag, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, 100 gold, it's yours.
I give her 100 gold.
She takes it and... Would you like anything else?
Well, I mean, don't you remember that you liked me so much and you were gonna give me this one for free?
What are you pointing at?
The gray one. Duh.
Oh, no.
I'm really glad I met you today.
That's... The 100 gold, that makes sense. The 101, I don't know about that. That doesn't
I
make
thought
sense
we
to
were
me.
good friends. This is heartbreaking to me. I thought we really built some rapport.
I need to stop smoking that stuff.
I can't breathe.
I'm gonna take this back, and we'll discuss it later when I'm a bit more here, and we'll figure some stuff out. Come back, whatever your name is, and she kind of puts it back in the
You
thing.
even forgot my name.
Yeah, that happens. I'm sorry.
You really do need to stop smoking that stuff.
Yeah, but it just the colors.
Okay, bye, Mom. And I'm just gonna leave.
Do you just hear this? What the fuck?
I don't know what Granny's on, but Lyslin needs some of it.
I know you. Why didn't you find out what she was smoking?
Yeah.
Cause
Oh,
I
God.
just fucking made her give me a fucking potion of clairvoyance for 100 fucking gold and a tea bag.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hightail it the fuck out of there.
Did you buy the rest of your shit, or did that just get wrapped up?
I just kind of,
Your
when
hair
I was
dye.
like leaving, I just like swept it up with the potion. Fucked off.
You have the flowers for the dye as well.
Okay, bye, Mom. What the fuck? I think that was the best line in the Attribution so far.
And as Violet is making off with her steel, we'll call the break there before we get into Lyslin and Merrick. And we'll be back in 15 minutes.
Sounds good.
Okay. So that has been an interesting session so far. Alright, I'm gonna go take a bathroom break. I am the back. Oh, I never... Oops. That's going to be a bit of an issue when, when I do the YouTube video. Hey, Dark Druid Vale. Druid. Nice seeing you here. It seems like this is not exactly a shopping episode, but it's kind of a shopping episode at the same time. Water. Water, I say. Sharn carries around six water skins of water and consumes them all throughout the day. That's actually not fact. I thought it would be funny. You were at the store when we went live? Yeah. It's cool. No obligation to have you just sitting there waiting on me going live. Did I ever... I didn't. Crap. I never set up the latest Tales of Vesperia video on YouTube. I have to do that after the stream. I wouldn't mind having a detail like that, but like it feels like it would be a lot of weight for one character to carry around, especially when she can just create water. Bye, Mom! What the fuck? I still think that's the best line of the night.
I think I need to find a place to go street preaching at least once.
What is she on anyways? Like some kind of acid or something?
She's on the good
Everyone
shit.
has all kinds of drugs.
She's on that good shit. That's all we know.
Yeah, I can't
Personally,
argue
I'm
with
a
that.
fan of shush, I'm dead, keep it down low. Which was like the third thing out of Air's mouth.
That was a pretty good one too. If I remembered to use the quote system I have set up, I would totally be doing that myself. Adding quotes in there too.
You know, when we hit 20 episodes, we should probably do a highlight compilation
Yeah.
of like the best quotes.
I can probably do
We
that.
really gotta teach Sharn the finer points of misinformation, though.
Yeah.
What's in 2 weeks implicates the Moss in all of this knowledge instead of, oh, we've been invited to a wedding, which
That's
is
what I was going to
technically
say.
correct.
I'm not that great at stuff like that myself.
It's okay, Ariel. We don't blame you. But I do love that all 3 Fae were just like, oh my god!
I was too, so...
Sharn trusts the Moss. She just doesn't want to tell him that she died.
Gotta get a hold of some sacramental wine. Some sacramental weed.
Oh boy. I wonder what Sharn would have to do in order to avoid actually being a part of stealing this ring, but still accomplish this.
Well, we could do what I originally was thinking about doing, it being the one who was gonna be the priest marrying them. Knock out the guy who was supposed to do it, take over, you know?
Well, that would be an interesting option.
Yeah, but we've got to keep in mind that Shiorn's got to be, like, upright and shit.
Mm-hmm.
We can't actually steal this thing, apparently, although my character doesn't know this yet. I do.
It's okay, we just gotta knock out Sharn first, it's fine.
I
Sharn's not culpable
don't
if they're not
think
awake.
I really don't think that's the solution.
And drug milk, A-team style.
Not to go too much into the session 0, but I think the bride might be the key to this.
I can't go anywhere near the fucking bride.
I just hope that the bride isn't who I think it is.
Katerina. Her name's Katerina.
Yeah, I know, but...
Or Cariana, that's the one.
Let me put it this way.
He's hoping the Kale didn't fuck the bride.
I doubt you did, since she's probably not allowed out of the palace.
Yeah, you don't know what she's allowed to or not allowed to do.
Wait, did we?
What a princess is
over
allowed to do and what a princess does are
older
two
one?
very
did
different
not
things.
I can't remember which one we
Mostly
fucked
it was
over.
you. I
or-
think it was the first
I
one, not
fucked
the actually
over?
one that's getting married.
It was the older one, I think, but it could have also been.
Oh god, there's
the
more than one of them?
Yeah, I think it was the
Shit.
older
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
There's more than
this one is the
Oh,
middle.
no.
This is
Oh,
the
no.
middle.
There has to be at least 3.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You guys will also love my food combination this week. I just ate pancakes and now I'm eating hot Cheetos.
No, that's fine.
I love that for
Okay,
you.
it is.
I
Alright.
want hot Cheetos.
All right, well I won't turn on my camera.
That's
Don't see them.
honestly one of the things during this pregnancy that I've wanted the most is hot Cheetos. So much hot Cheetos. And normally spicy means boy, right? But my mom had spicy cravings when she had me, and I am not a boy. So
That's probably an old wives' tale.
yes and no. Yes and no. It works, but not as a rule of thumb. Like, there are exceptions. But spicy things. Does Sharn? Oh, she does still do the take a drink and stay hydrated thing.
Yeah. I've set it up
I
to be
haven't
every
seen it
30
for a
minutes
hot
because, like,
second.
once people started chatting in chat and it popped up every 15 minutes, that started making me feel a little with drinking, so I changed it to 30 minutes. That said, it only pops up on the hour, and I think there's like a queue for what pops up from them, so it basically takes a moment, usually like around 4 minutes.
I have a crazy idea.
What's your crazy idea?
No, I can't share it.
Cool.
Yep.
So, fun lore-making question. What's your character's favorite food?
Oh, I got mine. Spice cake, like gingerbread and things like that.
As a person who doesn't like seafood, I'm going to probably say something that tastes really good to people who like seafood. And the only thing I can think of that is like expensive and people really like is lobster, yeah.
Lobster is very good, but I feel like Sharn would be more like just a whole octopus.
Beak and all. No.
And just like her mouth unhinges like an anaconda.
Freaking
and just
old boy
swallows
style?
The whole thing in one go.
Here, I'm just thinking about those like little octopus skewers that you can get sometimes with a live octopus, and you just slurp that down.
Oh, yeah,
Octopus
it's gotta
might
be live.
be it. Although at the moment, she's a little bit fond of baby lamb.
Fucking question, right? So Sharn lives under the water, right? Like normally. So you eat raw shit. You don't eat cooked shit. You eat raw shit.
Well, there's heating stones and like that and stuff like that for cooking and stuff like that. But yeah, raw food would be a common part of her diet.
So sushi.
Yeah.
How do you stop it from floating?
Containers.
How do you stop the containers from floating?
There's this common way that people have always explained plot holes to me, and it's from a pretty popular parody. It's basically because shut up.
I'm
I like the
figuring.
Xena excuse.
Jeez.
Wizard did it.
Wizard did it. Yeah,
So
Wizard did it works too.
You make the containers out of things that are denser than water.
Mm-hmm.
You can
There,
take
there
the
you go.
containers out of the heated rocks.
Be funny if they made them hydrophobic just so that the water would make them fly straight down to the bottom.
Look, I can't help these thoughts, guys.
No, it's world building.
Brain
Yeah.
just asks the questions.
It's most likely just like weight and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I was resisting asking the question of why that guy had his sword out when he could just make it disappear. I guess he was just kind of pretending he was something. Well, that's the only way I can describe it. He was having his own fantasy.
I mean, he probably left it at home, leaves it at home when he's not using it. That sword does have to go somewhere.
I mean, if he's either what I think he is, he can just summon it to himself whenever he needs it, so why bother keeping track of it at all?
Yep. I don't think Sky said a word all night.
I've been here.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Are we all back?
So, Sky, what's Merrick's favorite food?
Roasted boar.
Classic.
I originally created this character for a different campaign, and then that ended up not working out just because schedule of my child and stuff. And the DM at the time wanted me to make up Merrick's favorite food, favorite flower, favorite smell, like favorite everything for world building purposes. So like, I know everything about Merrick in terms of like his favorite stuff.
Nice.
I should probably start doing that with characters.
A lot of thinking went into making him.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing whenever I'm making a character is, what character flaw is this character going to represent of mine?
Wait, what's Lysan's?
I'm gonna say, what's Lysan's
Okay.
character flaw of yours?
Alright, so Lyslin was actually made to represent some pretty heavy shit. At the time that we were talking about this campaign, we were looking at very heavy financial situations, and we were looking at potentially losing our house again. So with Lyslin, I wanted to experiment, what is this character who has the possibility of being ripped away from the only home they've ever known and potentially never being able to go back? So that's what I was going to be exploring with Lyslin.
But what's his favorite food?
His favorite food are raspberries and honey.
Nice.
Nice. I have like a list of likes, dislikes, favorite food, favorite drink, favorite color, other skills.
Air does not have favorite food. She would prefer to not have to eat at all.
What about Violet?
But what's her least unfavorite food?
Wait, what?
Least unfavorite?
unfavorite? What
You
does
mean
that
her favorite?
The thing she can tolerate the most.
Oh, I don't know. Let me think about it for a second. What's food? I don't know any
Liquid
food.
bread.
Carbs.
Honestly, yes, that's me. So yeah, bread, any kind of bread.
I imagine Air's a carb lover.
Air just steals cookies. Preferably from children.
Yeah, it's actually candy. That she steals from children, but
All right. I think everyone's back.
All right.
We ready to get back to the game?
I think so. And
Yep.
we can start off with Lyslin if you're ready.
Sure thing. Yeah, I'm
Alright.
just currently eating nachos, so no cam, so.
No, you're good. So the you're looking specifically for a weapon store, correct?
Yes, at the end of last session, you told me that I had gone to Middle Tavix, into the Death's Gate area, and gone to Red Blades.
Yes. So this place is a decently large building with a number of red motifs to the store itself. Has a big embossed kind of sign up on the top of the building that has two blades that are crimson. They have crimson blades themselves and are crisscrossed over a shield that has a few other symbols, kind of like a coat of arms. And with a big sign that says the Red Blades there. And you see a few people coming in and out.
Alright, this is purely for my own knowledge. What kind of people are coming in and out?
The people that you're seeing coming out at the moment are a couple of men, probably in their late 20s or so. They look to be muscular, athletic, and one of them is carrying a large claymore on his back, and the other one is carrying a shield on his back with a long sword at his hip. And they give you nice big stares when they come out of the building and see you standing there. As at this point, Leslie is quite used to.
Very much so. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you doing today? Fine purchases?
Kind of like, yeah.
I'm not from here. Is this a reputable shop? Good.
Kind of
Metal.
look at each other. You make good weapons, yes.
Thank you for your time, gentlemen. And I'll kind of mosey over towards the entrance.
And I just kind of watch you go as you go past. The entrance is it's small for you, and you kind of have to get under, squeeze yourself in, and at first you hear a few like shocked kind of like gasps as you walk in. The store is a little cramped for someone your size, but the more just the ceiling wise, you're having to kind of duck a bit. But you see that back behind the counter are a number of racks of bladed weapons, of axes and swords and claymores and daggers and long swords and short swords and rapiers and all sorts of melee weaponry. And standing behind the counter is a older gentleman. He looks to be it's hard to tell his age because he looks to be half elven because he has a beard, but he does have slightly pointed ears. But his beard itself is kind of salt and pepper. His hair has a lot of gray in it. And so if he is half elven and looks this old, it's probably quite old. But he is very muscular, and he has kind of like this large blacksmith apron on. See, his arms are very muscular and tanned, and a lot of scars. He has two long kind of like scars going straight across his cheek, and they go slightly like across his lips down his chin. And he's currently talking to a woman that's standing there on the other side of the counter. Long brown hair, leather armor on, and she's currently looking at a set of daggers. But that was where the gasps came from as they turned around and are both staring at you as you're standing in the shop.
I apologize for the spectacle. I'm possibly in the market for more weaponry. Do you mind if I browse, please?
He's kind of, yeah. Anything you're looking for specifically?
Something very similar, known to my people. Glaives?
I have a few glaives. Are you okay here, miss? Is she kind of like, what? Yeah. He kind of goes back behind you. So he goes over to this other section of the wall that's off to the right, and you hear kind of like clinking and clanging as he comes back with like two at a time, and he puts them on the counter that's there. And you see the counter probably has had a lot of weapons put on it. There's a lot of scratch marks and one all over it. It's a nice big wooden counter, and he places them down, and there are a number of different kinds. Any of these look interesting to you?
Okay, so...
And if you would so like, you can choose the aesthetic for one of them, if it is
Alright,
something that you
know.
want to find interesting.
Sure, let me very quickly peruse my own little images as I go ahead and do this. But Lyslin would go ahead, look them over really quickly, just, see what's most applicable to his size. They're all probably human-ish size, so they might be a little short for him.
A little bit. Yeah, they're definitely still function the same, but they're different, a little smaller in his hands. He's like, I am not used to customers of your size.
I have found that very few in this town are. Seem to make quite a spectacle everywhere I go, as I made quite a spectacle in your shop.
Apologies if this is offensive in any way, but is this natural? Is he kind of like generally jests to your horse part?
As natural as it is that I've been born like this and that my parents were like this, so
Okay. I mean, I've heard some stories about wizards doing weird shit to people, so I didn't want to just assume.
wizards do many horrible things to many people. But
Yeah.
no, this was not wizard.
Well, if you need anything bigger, I can definitely either fashion something. I can rework one of the ones that you like, or I can forge something completely for you. I do take commissions.
That is excellent to know. Thank you. But this one here, and he'll kind of like gesture to one of them. Probably more in like a kind of a Vogue kind of shape. Less glavy, more kind of half halberdy kind of design. I believe this one would be suitable for my needs.
Of course.
Running slashes, you know how it is. How much would this run?
That'll run you about 20 gold.
20 gold? Certainly. He'll go ahead, reach back into his saddlebag, and probably amaze a few people that, since the saddlebag is quite very much on his flank, and he's just able to reach back behind and grab that.
You see the woman with the in the leather armor is off to the side, and she's got the dagger in her hand, like she's looking at it, but you see her eyeing you out of the corner of her eye, and not in a like a suspicious or whatever, but you see kind of like a smile on the side of her mouth.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and insight that. Why not? Yes, the riveting stares of people. That is a mighty 9.
She notices you looking, kind of, and then just kind of turns her head with her hair kind of shifting to block her face.
Madam, please, I know I am very attractive, but mind the size.
She kind of giggles a little bit under her breath, and then turns and she's just was not expecting to see someone of your stature here today. May I ask where you're from?
Where I am from and where I've been is quite a question. One that would probably be best not in the middle of a very well-traveled business establishment. Suffice it to say, I am from a long, long ways away. Someplace you have likely never heard.
Well, if you don't mind telling, I'd like to know more. The dagger completely forgotten on the counter.
What's that dagger look like, by the way? Just general shape of it.
It's a pretty simple one, well made, but kind of like a dark steel to it. Simple, no fancy handle to it whatsoever, but well made, sharp from the looks of it. The proprietor of the Red Seals is currently like getting your weapon kind of all ready to go, and he's like, you can just see he's kind of like looking between you two. Not like a suspicious of her, as she's just kind of like watching it unfold as he's like wrapping up your weapon.
Certainly, I have a few more things that I wish to do here, but if you would like to take a stroll with me, I can fill you in more.
She smiles and walks over and holds out a hand in a greeting and says, Ariana.
Please, call me Anthlin.
Anthlin? is definitely a fascinating name. And as you're finishing paying and whatnot, the blacksmith turns to hers. Those daggers interest you. She's like, doesn't look to the blacksmith at all. And says, I think I found something of a little bit more interest. But thank you. And she just kind of holds up a hand dismissively. Never taken her eyes off you.
I apologize on the potential of a lost sale, but one last thing, good sir. This is more than likely not something you know of at this particular establishment, but maybe you know someone in this general area. And he's gonna like pull out one of his arrows. Do you know anywhere I could get arrows approximately this size?
Well, I'm not gonna send you to any of my competition, but if you need arrows of that size, I can definitely make them for you. Do you require a specific fletching, a notch, anything like that that makes a difference to you?
Fletching, preferably something suitable for long range, as you might tell, and he's, gestures towards the bow. Distance is kind of important. If possible, maybe 10 or so in a typical piercing point, maybe 10 without heads. I've got some that I would like to head myself.
To make this properly, do you mind if I see the bow? Usually bows are pretty universal, but that is a large one. I just need to get my own idea of the draw strength of it before I make the bow to make sure the arrows do not snap when you release it.
Before I hand it over, very important. Do I have your word that you're not going to run off with it?
He kind of like looks around. Son, I've got a lot of weapons at my disposal. I don't need your bow. But yes, you do have my word.
Thank you. It's sentimental is the best word, but you understand when you... And he gonna go ahead, takes it off.
And you see he's able
as he
to,
does
like...
so, this
Yep.
man would notice it is, of course, one continuous piece of wood, but beyond that, there are no seemingly parts where it was carved. It seems to have been shaped itself from a sapling that was made to its size before being cut and strung.
Kind of looks as... This has the marksmanship of elves? Kind of looks at you quizzically.
Sort of.
Definitely not natural. This was... There's no tool marks.
No, a
No.
good deal of natural magics, we'll say, was gone into the birth of this weapon.
He kind of like brings it up and rests the end of it on the ground since it's so large. And you see him pull back, and you see his muscles like tense up as he pulls back the string, and he's able to get it back a decent ways with his own strength. And just kind of lets it twang back. And I have to make something. He could like talking to himself a little bit. Hefty. What do you make your arrows out of if you make your own?
I do. I actually weave them myself of you probably know it, not as something that's normally worked, mistletoe. I weave it together and it is strengthened by, again, natural magics.
I see. I have not used the material myself, but I'm gonna look into that. How many do you need?
If possible, 10 ready for war, 10 without the points, so 20 total.
I can do that. For that, since the size and a little bit of a special make, I'd say 2 gold for the bundle.
2 gold, certainly. I'm also not sure if you're interested in kind of resale. I'm not expecting full price. I have, and he just kind of like holds up like the massive quiver stuffed full of crossbow bolts. A number of items that I'm not going to use.
I can definitely take those off your hand. You have to look through the quality of them, make sure none of them are broken. But how many do you have?
I'm more than happy to merely take a glint or two for each one.
How many do you have in your inventory?
Sorry, what?
How many do you have in your inventory?
I currently have 77 crossbow bolts after the 20 or so that we used to make a fire. So, you know, as many as he would be willing to take, and probably peculiar to him, glint is a word that he should not be familiar with.
He just assumes it's like little bits of small amounts of coin. He doesn't seem to really look too quizzically at it, at the phrasing. And he's like, well, we'll say the bolts, you kind of look, like, sifts through them a bit. Bolts and a gold, you to me, and we'll say we're even on the arrows I'll be making.
Certainly. Thank you very much.
Anything else? Your lady friend here seems to be impatient, as she's just kind of like she's leaned up against the counter, facing away from the blacksmith, kind of looking up at you, and she kind of like turns again, still looking at you, but just kind of turns her head more in the direction of the blacksmith and just says, "I'm not impatient. I'll wait as long as it takes."
No, that will do me for now, and thank you for this order. I should be hopefully in town at least 2 more weeks, so no intense rush.
I should, as long as the big orders come in, should have the arrows done within a day.
Thank you very much. Now, I will kindly get out of your hair and hopefully stop distracting some of your many customers. Lyson will go ahead, take the glaive, kind of rest it on his shoulder as he starts walking out. Probably following after the woman if she makes the move.
Well, she's waiting for you, so if you kind of like gesture for her to go, she will head up first. And she heads out of the shop itself, and then kind of stops and turns on her heel towards you. So where were you intending on going?
Well, I had some business towards the Skyway, but I have no way to get there, to my knowledge. So,
The Skyway?
for now, I will wander.
What do you have intentions in the Skyway for?
I must make good on a promise to a man I knew there.
I see. Well, it's always good to hold up one's word. Well, I do know a few places around here. If you have no other business, we could definitely go get a drink.
Certainly.
And you guys kind of head on your way from there. From there, we will move on to Merrick.
Hello. I do not remember the name of the inn if you told us. I can't find it in my notes.
I did, but hopefully Lyson wrote better than me.
In Middle Memphis?
Yeah.
The one we're staying in?
Yep.
The Atrium.
That's the one, the Atrium.
Yes. I will procure rooms for everybody.
All right.
Oh, I thought we already did that.
We talked about it. That's what I was going to stay back and do.
Yep.
Ah, okay.
So that'll be base, it'll be 2 silver per person.
And there's 5 of us, so 1 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Is the innkeep? What are they?
They are a slightly older human, probably in their 40s. Red hair, stocky, nothing too significant. And he's just kind of sitting there telling you about the rooms and that they do have locks on them, and the 2 silver will cover you for the night, and it'll cover either dinner or breakfast, not both.
I'll pay for the rooms, but I have nothing else to do today. Mind if I work for dinner tonight?
I mean, don't really see why not. He kind of like looks at you. He's like, "You're not gonna burn the place down with the flames, there, are you?"
They're under control. Don't worry about that. I just need a reason to use my hands. Been out of town for a while.
You're making me feel really kind of jealous almost. People like to call me a flaming redhead, but that you take it to a literal level.
1 second, I gotta look at something. I'm going to attempt to subtly cast Prestidigitation.
Roll slide hand.
21.
One, yeah. What are you specifically doing with prestidigitation?
Harmless sensory effect. I'm gonna make his hair wreath like mine.
He kind of feels it, runs his fingers through it. What's happening? What's going on?
You look like a fiery redhead to me, sir.
Just you?
And I'm gonna wink.
Appreciate it. It's gonna last forever?
About an hour.
I've had worse haircuts.
I can make it warm like fire too, if you want.
That's okay. I'm plenty hot enough doing all the stuff in the back.
I'll
need
chuckle.
I got some dishes in the back if you want to help with those.
I can help with dishes. Got any floors or tables that need cleaning too?
Pretty sure we'll get you to work.
And then while I'm looking around, not in the back, I'm just gonna kind of keep an ear out open for like gossip in the tavern, in the dining area, and whatnot, to see if there's any sort of interesting things going on around town.
Roll a investigation or a perception, your choice.
11.
Which one did you pick?
Perception.
Okay. So you, as you're going around, kind of bussing tables, cleaning them, gathering stuff like that, you're hearing a few people talk. There's people talking about. You do hear people talk about the wedding that is coming up. That's very short, but it's like, oh, did you hear? Blah blah. They're going to have this type of food there, and whatnot. And it's like, I wish we could go there. Man, to get an invitation to there would be the height of celebrities and the elite are there. Blah blah. And they kind of chat about that a little bit. They talk about there's a few people talking about their like business things that are going on in Sharn. You do hear a lengthy, heated conversation about the recent war, and people arguing about if Breland was left to if the war continued, they some of them believe that Breland would have completely decimated and would have ended up winning. The other ones feel that a number of the other countries, the other regions would have taken hold, and they're talking about the politics, the government, the economy, and whatnot. All these things, and they're getting drunk while doing it. So it's this loud, obnoxious conversation happening with people arguing about stupid political things.
Political stuff doesn't matter to him too much.
Mhm.
What all kind of details on the wedding were heard?
People are just talking about rumors about like certain foods that are be there or certain people that are going to be there from different countries. None of them recognizable to Merrick. The names don't really mean much to him.
What kind of foods?
The people rumor about having a magicked chocolate fountain that actually flows up instead of down, and actually has like all these different effects to it and whatnot. Like they're talking about not just that, but other dishes that have been magically enhanced to either move around or have different colors than normal or have different tastes that will like shift through as you're eating it. So it'll taste like one thing when you take your first bite, but as you're chewing, it'll change to something else. Stuff like that.
Noted. That is important.
You do
continue.
You do also hear a as you're passing by, you do hear a couple kind of talking with each other. It's a man and a woman and a small boy that is kind of tucked away in the booth that they're in, and you see them kind of chatting with each other, and you overhear a small conversation about I don't know how we're gonna get by. I thought he was gonna. I thought we had more time. And he's kind of like struggling with words, and the woman looks like, you can definitely tell, like cheeks are red, that she's been crying, and she kind of, you hear a very sharp, I can't believe you trusted him. And then as that part of the conversation's happening, you walk past unless you want to stop.
I'm going to make it seem like I'm cleaning a nearby table to try to overhear what they're talking about.
Make a perception check.
17.
You overhear a quick conversation that, from what you get from, you miss a couple of things, but you get most of what they're talking about, and the husband seems to have taken out a loan of some kind with a loan shark, and they're calling them their dues. And
do I catch an amount at all?
No. But you can definitely tell that whatever he does owe is enough that the wife at one point says, "We're gonna lose our home because of you."
How does the kid seem, like demeanor-wise?
He's currently playing with a small little like toy. What looks like a train, like a couple of sections of it. He's just kind of like rolling it across the table.
I'm going to sit down with a smile next to them.
At the table?
Yeah.
Okay. The moment you sit down, they both clam up and look at you, and the husband kind of, "Can I help you?"
I'm sorry, but in your guys' distress, you were very loud talkers, and I couldn't help but overhear. I like to help people that are in need, and I was wondering what amount you owe.
Make a charisma check.
Turns out this is exactly how he got the loan in the first place.
Nat 20 rolls to a 2. 7.
The husband gives you this look like, "I'm sorry, were you eavesdropping on our personal conversation? What is wrong with you?"
I didn't mean to. I couldn't help but overhear. I apologize, but I come from a background where stuff like that kind of hits me home, and I just want to offer a helping hand.
you hear from the other side of the husband, the kid's like, "Daddy, Daddy, his head's on fire."
Merrick chuckles to himself.
He's just puts his hand. Just play with your toy.
I will pull out a bag, and I'll like toss around in my my own coin purse, and I'll hand him a bag that has 50 gold and 400 silver in it.
What is this? And the wife kind of looks over at this point. It's like, who are you? What are you doing?
I'm a hermit who has little need for money. And if I can help somebody in need, then I'll help somebody in need. Consider it a donation to your cause.
The guy kind of looks up, looks at his wife, looks at you. There's a catch to this, right? You're gonna come and take something, or want me to do something for you, right? That's how this works.
Nope. Just make sure that little kid keeps a smile on his face, and I will get up and continue to clean the tables.
Both kind of like watch you. While the husband's still like stammered by this, the wife kind of reaches over, grabs the bag, opens it up, and there's a quick little conversation. The husband's no, and then she gets up as he's saying that. He's like tries to like grab for her, but she gets out of his grasp before he can stop her, and she kind of marches up to you and gets in front of you and says, "Sir,
Yes,
we are not a charity case."
I didn't say you were. And he kind of like opens up. He's like, I come from a location where my parents sold me for money. I don't want something like that to happen to a boy who seems so innocent. So please, I must insist.
Where your generosity is surprising, it is unfortunately not enough.
How much are you guys hurting?
My husband, and you see him kind of like hearing the conversation, and he just has taken out has a nasty habit. He bet on the hunt. He likes to gamble. He thought he was positive on who was going to win. But the assholes didn't even show up.
Oh,
Oh,
Mm.
how much did he bet?
She's he bet our house
What's it worth?
is worth. Depends on who you're selling to, but we have a number of important things in there. It's easily a few thousand gold.
Would you be able to make a down payment towards the loan and buy yourself more time?
The bookie that my husband worked with gave him incredible odds, but stated that if he lost, the house indeed would go to him immediately. There was no down payment.
Who's the bookie?
A man by the name of Edward. He goes by Eddie in the streets, from what my husband says. He's a wily bastard. Can't believe he dealt with scum like him. But he's got enforcers on his side. They've already come to threaten us. He threatened our boy. That's why we're here. somewhere public.
Well, I will pull out one of those 2 gems that are worth 100 gold and give that to her. Use this to get out of town for a little while. Eddie, you said that his name was?
Eddie,
Let me look into this for you. Excuse me, what is your name? I'm Merrick, by the way.
my name is Soraya.
Soraya, and your husband?
My name is Aldrich.
Aldrich. Alright. Yes, I happen to know the people that didn't show, who they're affiliated with. I might be able to settle something for you.
She kind of looks back at her husband and back to you. We don't know you. Why are you willing to put yourself through this?
As I said, how I grew up, I don't wish that on any child. And seeing the pure innocence in your boy, I would hate for him to lose that.
Eddie isn't going to give you what you want.
Well, I didn't say anything about him giving me anything. I just said I think I could settle it for you.
She kind of looks back. Make a persuasion check.
12.
As generous as that offer is, we don't know you. And to risk leaving and potentially not be able to come back, that is too big of a risk. We have to deal with this ourselves.
Well, I insist you keep the gold and the silver and the gem. To at least help yourselves until you can figure out whatever it is you need to do at the very least.
I can promise you he will not touch this. She looks back at her husband and he just has a defeated look on his face.
What's your boy's name, if it's okay if I ask?
Aldrich Jr.?
I'll smile at her and walk up to him and just kind of reach out a hand with a smile on my face.
To Aldrich or the boy?
The boy.
And he's like, "You're not gonna burn me, are you?"
No, my hands don't burn. Don't worry.
It like tentatively reaches out his hand and then kind of taps. And you are warm though.
Yes. Yes. Do you want to see something really cool?
Yeah.
You said he was playing with like a little wooden car or something like that?
Little train.
Little train thing. I'm going to weave my hands around and make it look like puffs of smoke is coming out of the top of the train, and then I'll weave it again, and the train will make like little sounds.
And he's just like, "Oh, Dad, look, my train is real!" And he's like going back and forth as it's like pumping out the smoke and making the sounds. And he just starts having a blast with it.
I'll pat Aldrich on the shoulder and just kind of like nod to him, and I'll smile to the wife again and just wish them good luck and go back to cleaning the tables.
All right. And
Sucker for childhood innocence over here.
From there, we will go back. Does anyone else have anything specific they wanted? Actually, we'll go back to Air. You wait about an hour and a half before you hear some people some vocal commotion kind of rise up. Nothing like hysterics or anything, but just a couple people like saying greetings to someone, and then you hear footsteps approaching the door.
I'll store my daggers. I don't know if I still have them out, but I'll store them. I might have been doing coin tricks, who knows? But
and the door opens up, and it's not Dane that enters, but a very scantily clad woman, and another, and then Dane.
well,
Oh.
And they're
I just slip out the door whenever they come in.
the women definitely seem to be a bit tipsy, and you see Dane in good spirits for
No,
what is.
I gotta try to slip out without them seeing me. Like right at the top of the door, I want to try to.
Make a stealth check.
Okay. Man, I hope this goes well for me.
Please give that nat 1.
I know, right? Oh, it isn't that one. It is. It was cocked for like a second, so I thought I was gonna turn, but then it went the other way and it stayed on the 1.
For a total of.
I still. It's like a total of 8.
Gotcha. So yeah, as you are you kind of try like you're like real comfortable. You kind of zip down, and all of a sudden you're air.
I'm gonna keep going.
What the fuck? As you hear the door, as you hear something slams, and you immediately hear footsteps like like towards the door. You just like try to zip out of there.
No.
Door
I would
opens
just try
up.
not to ruin the fun.
Door opens up.
I'll be like,
he's got there
I'll
with
just
like
be right there.
his shirt is like half unbuttoned, kind of hanging down. He's
I'm like, we could talk after.
what?
Do your thing.
What? He's like pointing at you. He's like going between like shock and just anger.
Do your thing. Go for it. I'll be here. I've been waiting.
Get in here.
Okay, I guess.
And as he gets in, he's like, out! And the girls kind of like,
All right.
I'll
start flying out too.
you, them! And they
Okay.
gather their stuff and start heading out the door. And once they're out, he just slams the door, and he kind of looks, just turns on you as, you're supposed to be dead. What is going on?
Yeah, this is the reaction I was expecting. Yeah. Everything's good. I had to fake my death. So I did technically die.
Okay, you know how bullshit that excuse is? I know you, Air. Who the fuck has to... Who intimidates you enough that you have to fake your own death?
Intimidation? It was more like I faked my death or I would actually die type of thing.
When has the risk of death ever worried
Not
you?
me. I just didn't want my cousin to die. You know, trade-offs. I don't care about myself. You know that.
Realize how much money you cost
Yeah.
me?
I do. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna like itch my head.
Oh, sorry. No, we're good now. You said sorry. Where the fuck have you been?
I had to dodge town, as I said.
Oh, must have been nice. Did you have fun on your little vacation? Well, I had to
Nope.
sit here and deal with all the bookies.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. I mean, I could take care of some of that for you.
Trust me, I dealt with it. But my reputation has
good for
taken a
you.
bit of a dip.
Well, I mean, I could help with that too. We can set up some fights, make me lose for a while, make a big comeback.
Aren't you supposed to be dead? How am I going to be showing off you with people
I mean,
realizing...
I can pretend to now be alive again. It's a miracle. I mean, some people might try to kill me again. But I mean, as long as they don't know my friends are alive, who cares? I mean, my friend.
You
No
realize
friends,
that's
actually.
you realize that's not much of a jump from you being alive to your friends also being alive.
I
Right?
mean, I guess I'm just trying to calm your anger down. I wasn't actually gonna do it, but offering options.
I'm glad you're not dead.
You should be. Yeah, since it's partially your fault that I had to fake my death. You shouldn't have sent me down there. You knew who I am.
I sent you to investigate a small little church, which, by the way, got burnt down.
Yeah. That's interesting.
So lots of money there too.
It wasn't me.
How much did you lose? For the church, not the other thing.
Not as much I lost on the hunt. I can promise
Yeah, I
you
wasn't
that.
asking about that. I wasn't asking about that. I don't want to know for that right now. I don't have enough to pay you back for that.
What happened? Just please. Who are you involved with? Whom was
That's a
potentially
different
coming after
question.
my head?
Who I'm involved with and who is after me, different people. Different people now.
Where? You know what I'm asking.
What's the stupid game thing?
Memphis Brawl.
Memphis Brawlers.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna look. Got into some trouble with the Memphis Brawlers because one of the people that we went down was an idiot and let one of them live after we captured them. Because, not my fault, I killed the ones I was in charge of, okay? And then, dumb plan, things went sideways after they told them that what we had done because someone let one of them live.
So that's why Rogar was in my club earlier.
Well, probably. Yeah. That makes sense.
Came in asking after you.
Yeah, if you could just, keep that quiet. I'm technically alive. I'm not really
Obviously.
dead.
Couldn't tell. Well, unless you've got something to offer me, this is over.
Well, yeah, I was kind of expecting that. Ballpark, how much do I owe you?
Got a couple grand on you?
No, not right now, at this current moment, but, I'll pay you back at some point. Assuming I'm alive.
Kind of at that point, he kind of like loses his bluster and sinks down to a chair. And just things have been rough over the past week.
I heard you weren't being the most pleasant.
Who have you talked to?
No one. Just around town. And I'm going to give him a smile. I'm very obviously lying. And I'm not trying to cover it.
Who else knows you're here?
I mean, the bartender does. He had to let me in.
Talk to him about that.
Just gave that away, didn't you?
What are you doing in town then? You're supposed to be faking your death.
Well, things change.
Gonna ask that you be a little less fake than that.
I don't know if I can, really. I just thought it was time to come back, 2 weeks seemed good to me.
You kind of stick out in a crowd if you weren't aware of that.
I'm going to go down and then put my cover on. I'm like, I do not stick out. I'm still flying above the ground, but
You realize people can still see your face, right? Is there something specifically you needed from me?
no, I just didn't want you to feel bad that you kind of maybe I didn't want you to think you caused my death. I didn't want you to feel bad about that.
I have no There is absolutely no inclination here that I had
I'm
anything to
not
do with
sure.
your death. If you got
I don't
involved with
think
the
that's
Memphis
true.
Brawlers, that is your fuck up.
Yeah, but you didn't know that before. See? So you might have thought it was partially your fault, and I just didn't want you to have that on you. Also, I did need to know how much money I need to pay back. Yeah. You know, settle debts.
The money would be useful, yes. But the hit to my reputation is what is really the problem.
How can I fix that for you?
I don't know if you can. We would have to have, I don't know, I have to pull something off. I don't know what to get back my reputation, but no one wants to work with me anymore. Because I made a big tout for you and your group winning the hunt, and when you guys didn't even show up.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I have an idea of how I could do that.
I'm all ears.
Oh, no, I can't tell you anything about it yet. But, you know, I'll throw your name in the hat.
You're gonna have to give me more than that, Air.
Why? I'm settling debts.
Realize the last time I put unrestricted trust on you, it cost me a lot of money. I think we just got
again, which I said I'll pay back.
Again, we go back to the trust thing.
Well, I didn't say you have to trust me. Like, either way, okay, I don't do anything. Your reputation stays the same. I do something, maybe your reputation goes up. So, there's no need to trust me. It's not going to go down.
If you fuck up and you have my name on your lips doing it, yeah, it definitely will go down.
No. I'm sure the people I'm working with are good enough to pull it off.
Are these the same people that you had to fake their debts as well?
I mean, they're a part of it, but really small part. I don't like them much.
You gotta give me
the
something.
others are professionals.
You gotta give me something.
Okay. I'm working with the Dura demons. That's what I got.
Why? Those scumbags are nothing but scumbags.
That's true. The leader's pretty hot, but otherwise, true enough. Yeah, you know, just family things.
Never been able to get much out of you. Can you at least give me something to be prepared for? What are you going to use my name for?
Heist of the century.
Heist? What kind of heist are we talking about here?
A big one. That's what I said, of the century.
Gathered that. What are we heisting?
Something very valuable. Very, very valuable.
Realize how vague that is, right?
Of course I do, but I can't give away the job. What if you said something to the wrong person by accident?
What do you expect
What if
me to
someone's
do?
listening right now?
No one's listening.
You never know. What if someone is scrying on us right now?
They can't. Why do you think I have my meetings in this room?
I don't know, because it's comfortable.
Yeah, of course. Make it comfortable. You bring ladies back here.
I know. Sorry about that.
Doesn't anyone seeing the good?
Seeing the what?
Can't have anyone scrying on the goods.
Exactly.
But that would make you so much more money.
Just hand out potions of scrying and pay people to watch live porn.
Holy shit.
You might have just given him a new business idea.
He's,
You might need to set that up.
It
if you're
might
comfortable.
restore that reputation of his.
Okay, so I walked away. We're pimping out people now?
No, I'm suggesting he pimp out himself, not others, other than the women. I
yeah,
guess, but
no.
I mean, it's a great business venture.
Back to the job.
Yes. What about it?
If you
I've
need
given
my
you so much information.
Not really. You're stealing something. Who? If you want my help with it, and it's worth it, I will help. If it means getting my reputation back, I will help. But you gotta give me more to go on there.
Okay, think about what's happening in the next few weeks. Broad strokes in the city.
Okay.
And we're gonna steal something from that. The most, maybe some would say the most important thing.
Can like sit there and think for a few minutes. Only thing I can event wise that's going on. I mean that was the other day. The only thing I can think of is that there's a wedding with some of the ear-taint punks up in the.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. What are you stealing from the wedding of the ear-tains?
I'm just gonna go like this.
We're gonna step away from the audacity of that and come back to the Dura Demons hired you for this? What the hell do they have to do with this?
I think they were also hired to do it from like context clues.
So you're being hired by a proxy? You kidding me?
You know, it just had to happen that way. It's unfortunate, but you know, it's the way things go. Family stuff, you know what I mean?
And how did you get on the Dura Demons radar at all?
Yeah, that's an interesting story. We were looking for someone, again, family thing. And then we were planning out in the open, and they heard us planning, and then, you know, we were trying to kill them all, but, you know, still
Gotcha. I should have realized that your subtlety needs some work.
You should have realized that, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I've never been subtle in my life.
Yeah.
I literally glow in the dark.
You kind of you see
This
it like
is legitimately on him now.
sitting there, just like going through some like. Have they told you what they need you for? Are you stealing it yourself?
Part of the team that's stealing it, my dumbass friends, in quotations, are not a part of that team. They're like going in as a distraction.
Well, that would be one hell of a prize, wouldn't it?
Right?
Man, but if you were caught, it's worse than a reputation.
They're not
being
going to be
lost.
there. You won't die if you're not there.
Anyone connected with this is gonna be taken in the middle of the night. No one the wiser. No one would care.
Things go sideways. How will they know you're involved? Don't spread it around till after we.
You realize it's the eartains? They
Yeah,
could have.
I know, but
They
lower level
literally
stuff.
afford a castle in the sky. You don't think they can afford some magicians that could then sift through your mind, find your contacts, find me?
I'll get something to shield my mind. I do give him 2 thumbs up.
He kind of like The audacity of this. Barry. So you know nothing of what they're planning yet.
No. I'll wing it if I have to.
There's no winging this. No. If you're
He just
involved,
like points to my wings.
if you're involved, even if I don't agree to this, they're still gonna find me if you get caught.
Won't get caught.
So if I'm already involved in this, regardless, the moment you know anything, come to me, and we will make sure this goes off without a hitch. Because I don't trust those dumbasses over in Dora to pull this off. I don't know who is hiring them and thinks they're a good choice, but they're gonna fuck it up. They're nothing but gangsters.
That's true. Perhaps I'll steal it from them.
We'll get to that when we know that we're not about to get our collective asses torn apart by the eartains. For now,
You know, I've always wanted to see other cities other than Sharn.
that'd be a lot better choice than dealing with this.
Oh no, I meant afterwards, if things go bad.
I could promise you there's going to be very few places in Corvair that you'll be able to hide from the eartains.
Oh, I didn't say I'd hide, I'd just run. There's a difference.
Well,
Or maybe I wouldn't run. It just depends, I guess.
I gotta see what I can do.
Keep it on the DL. Both are
I'm
alive?
not gonna mention this to anyone, but I need to
That's
to
probably
get a
good.
hold of some
Good.
contacts, just in case. I might need to fake my own death.
I know a guy. It's actually me, as I've done it masterfully.
Coming back to the place that you were supposed to be dead from, not
Listen,
really
I had to
masterful.
come. I had to come back.
That's
Personal
fine.
stuff.
I don't care. Is there anything else you need from me right now?
I didn't need anything from you. I was just,
All right.
settling debts.
Goes over to the door, opens it for you.
All right, I have my cloak and I was like flying, but
You see him
up
kinda,
near
like-
the ground.
Lean his head out of the door. Jackie! Give me the bottle! And it closes the door. And as you're going out, you see a familiar waitress coming back with this large bottle of wine, and he's just like shuffling back. She kind of like looks at you as you pass, and then she stops to look, and she's about to say something. Just, Jackie, where the fuck is that bottle? And then dashes off to the door and appears in the room.
After that, I will get back to the inn as fast as I can without drawing attention to myself, as I am supposed to be dead.
All right. Make a stealth check for me, just to general.
Let's hope this die does better than the last. Oh, it's a natural 20.
There you go. Much better than for last time.
Yes.
Quite a bit better.
Yeah, but see, you earned that via storytelling.
Yes. So 27.
Yeah, you're able to zip in and out. No one fucking notices you, and you're able to get back to the tavern. Sharn, after you're done having a chat with Zamas and Kale and whatnot, what are you two going to do?
Probably head back to the inn. I don't
Alright.
think Sharn has much else she wants to do right now.
Okay. So you guys would get back there after a while, and Lyslin, you end up having a very interesting conversation. She leads you over to this restaurant that has an outdoor venue, and you see her hand some coin to the waitress as the waitress is like looking up at you, and you hear her whisper. She's like, "Let's pull a couple of tables apart so we have some room for my friend here." And after passing the coin over, they immediately send some people over and they set up a little place for you guys outside. She orders a drink, you order whatever you would like, and you guys sit and have a interesting conversation. Ariana asks you about if you any information about where you came from and what you're doing here in Sharn, so on and so forth.
Okay. He would tell her that he is from. He'll go ahead and drop the Feywild for where he's from. What he's doing here in Sharn is he was hired by someone he nearly killed, and so he's got a debt to pay.
And debts are never good to have. Do you have a way of paying it off?
With this person, not likely. But there are other things to do.
Are there many of your kind from where you're from?
Is this how you almost got sold into slavery the first time? It's a genuine question.
As a matter of fact,
It
it is
feels that
exactly
way.
how I did. Many of me. All I have known for my life is 30, 40.
So, are you and your family tribal? Like, you move for like a small grand band? Just that's it?
And less so much. Once we have met our adulthood, we are told to go off, find our way. As it happens, my way was guarding portals, we'll say.
Portals. So there's ways to and from the Feywild? Obviously you're here, but I was not aware.
They come and go, mostly with the season. Never in one place for long, unless it's particularly magically adept.
Fascinating. She kind of like plays with her food a little bit.
I had the unfortunateness of constantly finding people who make their way to portals that are semi-stable. I've probably hunted 86 humans, 3 half-elves, 33 goblinoids, and an orc.
I have, not for the same reasons, but I have dealt with my fair share of people in need of a lesson. So I can understand. So, this debt, how do you intend on paying it off?
Not entirely sure. Something along the lines of a life for a life, I would think.
Sounds like this debt goes past more mere monetary value.
Such is the way with trades among my kind.
Well, if you are in need of money of any kind, and she kind of immediately like, I'm not offering to give you any myself, no. But I do have ways of procuring things. I myself am here on a specific job. And I wasn't intending on staying in town long. How long are you intending on staying?
As short of a time as possible, although it seems that the job that I am currently affixed to will be at least a 2-week affair.
And this has been a fortuitous meeting. I really enjoyed this talk. Would you possibly be willing to meet up again? Are you familiar with Sharn?
Not in the slightest.
I have some
Am I
places-
familiar with meeting? I'm amicable. Amicable.
I have a
Common.
few-
Such a difficult tongue sometimes.
I have a few places I might be able to show you. That might be more to your liking.
What do you say after the day after tomorrow?
I can do that. Where would you like to meet?
Let us meet where we met before. The Red Blades.
Blades. Blades it is. And kind of have a bit of a ending conversation, finish your food, your drink, and the niceties and whatnot. And then as she gets up to leave, before you stand yourself up, she settles past and she says, "It was a pleasure meeting you." And she then, as she goes by, she just reaches up on her tiptoes and gives you a peck as close to your cheek as she could reach. And then saunters
Takes
up
out a
away.
garage. Just kidding.
And there's a bit of like, as she gets close and does that, it's a bit of like a, she gonna do something, like you're ready to like defend yourself. And then it's just a nice little peck on your cheek. And she gives you a very soft smile and then heads on her way.
Okay. Quick question, I might have missed it. She is human?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
What do you do after that, Alexa?
Okay, so the venue that we're at, what kind of general layout is it? Like mostly open air in terms of how open
there's
air
a-
the city can be, but
Yeah, there's a large, you're in kind of like middle Memphis area, and you're over in, it's got a bit of an open air seating arrangement, but there are places inside. It's a medium-sized building.
okay. In that case, sun still more or less like the 2-3 o'clock position?
By the time you finish with the conversation with her and eating everything, it's actually closer to 5 or so.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna look for anyone that look like they might be a guard in whatever respect that might be in this area. And then ask if they know a Captain Arnwen in the Skyway.
He kind of, I don't specifically, but if it's looking for a specific captain of the watch, you need to go ask the barracks. They might be able to tell you.
Thank you for the information. I appreciate it, especially this later hour. You're doing a great job, I'm sure.
Thanks. He kind of like rubs his eyes as he's looking at you. And as you like turn away from him, he's like, "Okay, that was real, right? That was real, right?" And she's like talking to himself.
Stuff? Yeah, the stuff's everywhere. And Violet didn't figure out what it was.
What?
You didn't find out what they were smoking. Everyone's having such a good time and hallucinating on it.
It's this new
We'll
fact going
never
around
know.
Sharn that we missed out on.
When we were
Yeah,
dead,
I mean,
we missed out on the new drug. What a bummer.
don't worry, I've got plans.
Natural
I've got
consequences.
plans. I'm always full of really bad plans. Okay,
All
I've
right,
got
let's
a
see.
couple
So
of them.
an up jump of Fae all around. Everyone's hallucinating. This is obviously Fae grass. But no. Around that time, Lyslin will go ahead, head back towards the inn. Hopefully catch everyone up on. So I'm probably going to get sold into slavery. That just no.
What
issue.
do you what?
I'm not too mad about that.
How? Okay. What happened?
You guys
I
can
met
have
a
a-
very charming woman. She kissed my cheek.
Kale kind of sits down. Go on.
And as you guys are having this conversation, Violet, you are done and you have your stuff. Where are you going after that?
I am gonna go and I'm gonna go back to the inn, but when the moment I fucking get back to the inn, I'm going to go and find Merrick.
All right. You find him when you get back, just finishing up cleaning a few of the tables.
I have all obviously been rushing, and I just like get over to the table you're cleaning, and I'm like, Merrick, how much do you trust me?
Very little.
Good
Yeah.
answer.
Fair. Can I do your hair?
Not right now. I'm working.
Later tonight, can I do your hair?
Maybe.
I need you to trust me. You know where I sleep if I fuck it up.
I shall think about it.
Okay, good. Awesome. And then I'm gonna rush to go see Air.
Okay.
Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm probably
Where
just
do I
sitting
find
at
you?
the table, listening to Lyslin's tale of how he's about to get sold into slavery and just daydreaming about it.
I was not quiet
Not
at
the
all,
slavery
but I'll
part,
just
but
rush
maybe
over
the
to
lady killing him instead of kissing him on the cheek.
just rush
garrot.
over. Same thing, hands on the table. Air.
Yes.
I know you're angry at me.
Yes.
Oh, this is good. You're talking to me. This is
No.
this is good. This is good. No, okay. Look, I know I suck, and I know you're really upset
Yeah.
at me right now. But I have something for you. It's good. It's good. It's good.
I'm waiting.
Okay. And I'll reach into my bag and I'll pull out the potion of speed. And I'm gonna
I
be
had a
like
feeling.
I'm gonna be like, this is for you. Okay.
I'll take it.
You
That's
don't
part
drink
of
it yet. Don't
Well,
drink
I
it
wasn't-
yet.
I wasn't planning on it.
Well, when you drink it, it'll make really fast.
I do like that.
Yeah. Really super duper fast. So there you go. I have a really dumb idea, and I need to talk to you about it without ears in the cornfield.
BRB, by the way. Gotta pee.
Like, it's really stupid.
I mean, aren't all your ideas, but we can go somewhere up high.
Nah, this one's fucked. This one's really stupid. Lead the way.
Oh.
We just need to get. Let's go to your cloud office.
Oh yeah, I'll
You get to the cloud district.
I'll lead her to a cloud that has a fake desk on it that I formed, and I'm like, "What is your idea?"
Alright. Okay. So.
prepare yourself for absolute stupidity here, okay? I'm not feigning that this is a good idea at all.
Mhm.
I'll message you.
Okay.
I'll message you. It's that stupid. I have to message you. Nobody can know about this.
As you guys are having that conversation, and the others are, Lyslin is regaling them about his date, essentially. And we will call it there for this session. Yeah, so interesting meetings, interesting information, reuniting with some friends, making new friends, and
You know, this is not the first time a biped has propositioned me.
Won't be the last.
just to note, just a reminder, I will be gone next week, so we'll be back in 2 weeks as long as everyone's good with that.
I am
Yep.
running a one shot next
We'll
week.
be having a we'll be having a one shot next week.
Correct.
I still need to finish my character for that. I've been not feeling like making characters
okay.
recently. Sorry.
I hadn't even started mine,
Hmm.
to be perfectly honest with you.
We'll be playing level 14
Yee.
for funsies.
Might just bring back Birdie.
You guys might die.
There you
You
go.
might not.
The
You
spirits
guys might die.
the spirits bard is a official thing now. You can go look in Tasha's. I think the changes to the stories are a little better in my opinion.
Yeah, that would be nice, because it wasn't the best.
I really
Alright.
do want to talk about your date with the nice lady, the Lyslin.
Man, shit, I just realized I could have tripped that guard out even harder. As I was walking away, I should have been druid crafting flowers as where I stepped. Damn it!
Should have Misty stepped away.
Missed opportunity.
I would have,
damn
but
it.
I mean, they got things about teleportation magic, so I'm not sure if I want to, go
No,
to
I
jail
got-
again just yet.
I got plans for that too, by the way.
Sheeran has a lot to think about.
And just as you're probably pretty aware, there is no subtlety to Lyslin moving around town. There are crowds that gather pretty much everywhere you go.
I had a feeling. That's kind of why he went with the other name. In case anyone catches it.
Yeah. Alright. So, that'll be it for today, I guess.
Thank you all that tuned in for tuning in.
Yes, thank you all for watching. Thank you for the subs and follows.
And to those of you on the YouTube channel, thank you.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe.
all the things.
Subscribe.
I don't know why, but I'm just remembering Game Grumps. Like, comment, and survive. But does anyone have a name for the episode?
I honestly think
Cross
Tales
the
of Sharn
Seafood.
just fits really well. Either that or,
Yeah.
I'm dead, keep it down low.
I like the Tales of Sharn because it's kind
Yeah.
of like what everyone's doing around town, zipping back and forth.
Yep, that does make sense, yeah. Alright. In which case, I'll probably use that one. Anybody have a specific raid target?
No.
I got a couple of people. Sure, I'll type a name.
Tabikato.
And my new name is Let's Be Porn Stars.
Nah.
I was joking, obviously.
All
I
right.
don't think you should put that as the YouTube.
No, that's gonna be our episode 69, the gang film a porno.
Nice.
All right. So, starting the raid now. Raid. Insert. Enter. All right, and also got to do this. Emote only before I forget. All right, we're headed out. Thank you all for showing up.
See everybody.
And we've raided. I think.
Yep.
You think.